Vindictive, jealous, ferocious are all qualities that we associate with Hera, the Queen of Heavens. But she's also loyal, faithful, and extremely committed. So let's dismantle all these preconceptions that we have of her and dig deep into her archetype. Hi, I hope you're doing well. My name is Verona, and today we're going to talk about Hera, goddess of marriage, the commitment maker, and the wife. Old Europe used to be a matrifocal society, and they used to worship the great goddess. We talk extensively about this in our video called The Great Goddess, but right now we're just going to focus on the fact that for many years and centuries, at some point, this great goddess was departmentalized, so divided into many goddesses. And one of these goddesses is Hera. And Hera, from this great goddess, she inherited and she has inside her the power that the great goddess used to have. Her name, Hera, means the great lady and is also the feminine word for hero. She used to be worshipped in rituals as a super powerful goddess of marriage. People would actually go to her temple and pray for her guidance so that they could actually feel more connected and find guidance throughout their marriage. However, Homer's story depicted her as a very vindictive goddess, which it is part of her archetype. However, if we analyze her archetype with care, we can understand that she has two very strong potentials. Her very destructive one, but also the extreme opposite. She can really thrive in a relationship and as a powerful goddess. And I did tell you about how Hera and Zeus met for the first time and how they got engaged in the video about the great goddess. So if you haven't watched it yet, check it out. But basically, Zeus kind of forced her to have sex with her. And she stood tall and said, no, we're only gonna have sex if we get married. And they did. And they spent 300 years in honeymoon. But as soon as they came back, Zeus fell back into his old patterns of cheating. Zeus was nasty. He used to cheat on her a lot and really disrespect and dishonor her. And any woman in this situation would get pissed. That's obvious. But women that have a very strong Hera archetype will tend to maybe act in vindictive ways because marriage to her is the most important thing in the world. So if this is disrespected by the other, this hurts her deeply. But as I said, Hera was greatly revered in her worship. They would separate the way that they worshipped her into phases of a woman's life and of seasons. So in spring, they would worship Hera the Maiden, which was reenacted by immersing an image of Hera into a bath. And then in summer and autumn, Hera was the fulfilled one, the wife, and obviously they would reenact this by celebrating a wedding. And last but not least was the winter, where Hera was the widow. And they would reenact the separation from Zeus and Hera. So let's go through each of these phases. Hera's archetype represents the woman who dreams of getting married. She believes deep down that marriage will bring her fulfillment. Think of Demeter, who has her maternal instincts. So Hera has the instinct of becoming a wife. Not being in a relationship, not becoming a wife can be something extremely painful for her. Her maiden phase represents all her life before she gets married. So before that, what she's going to do, she's going to look for a partner. And the type of partner that a Hera woman looks for is a partner that is respectful and has some sort of status. Why? Because a Hera woman looks for the honor of being married, for the prestige of being married. And I bet all of us women, whenever we hear someone asking, oh, when are you getting married? It always annoys us, right? But if you are a Hera woman, this can actually hurt you deeply, even more than just simply annoying you. Because the dream of getting married is innate to her, regardless of any cultural and society's expectations and pressures. She already wants this internally. We can find this archetype in people who bleed, who are not in heterosexual relationships. These people also have this drive to be married, to become this Hera archetype of the wife, regardless of the gender. So if she's asked a question like that, and she is not in a relationship and she's not looking forward to any marriage, this is going to be extremely painful to her. So people, don't ask this to Hera women. We don't want to hurt her. Hera women believe that marriage will bring them fulfillment, which obviously means that they're going to put loads of expectation on their marriage and on their partners. So this means that the successfulness of this relationship is going to depend on whether or not the partner respects her and the relationship as much as she would like him or her to. So if the partner treats her with devotion and is involved in the relationship, then yes, she's going to be super happy and feel super fulfilled. But if the partner is not that much involved, is not treating the relationship as she would like, with as much loyalty as she would like, and he cheats, for instance, or is not giving enough attention due to work, so she's going to feel very sad because she needs the partner to believe in their marriage as seriously and treat it as loyally as she does. Once married, she's going to focus all her energy on her partner, and she's going to really live according to how her partner would like her to live. For example, if the partner needs help financially in the house, this Hera woman will go to work. If this partner doesn't and would like her to be a housewife, the Hera woman will also be a housewife. If the partner motivates her to do different things and to do her own thing, she will also be able to do that. So she's very flexible in that sense, which also means that she will probably leave aside all of her old friends. This is because she's going to focus so much on her partner and how they can do stuff together, that she will probably focus on couples that they've met together during their marriage, or on friends that her partner already has. So they're business friends or friends from childhood related to the partner and not her own. The pressing issue is that however dissatisfied a Hera woman is in her marriage, the tendency is that she will not get a divorce. And even if she does, probably because the partner had asked for it, she will still feel psychologically married. This is the thing that she has to work on herself the most. And to this matter, is also important to mention how the religion, family, and social pressures come into place. Because a Hera woman already has inside her the idea that getting a divorce is not good. Because in her head, getting married is the ideal of her life. So she wants to be married, and getting a divorce can be something extremely hard for her. But adding all this social pressure, this makes it almost impossible for a Hera woman to get out of a seriously bad situation. If she has other goddesses acting with her, this is gonna be great because it will give her the courage and the confidence and the energy to actually get out of a situation that is actually not good for her. But if she doesn't, she will have to try somehow to activate them and acknowledge the pattern that she has been going through in order for her to grow beyond this archetype. Regardless of all that, Hera women are extremely loyal to their partner, and everyone knows this, even their children, in case they have any. Most likely she will have kids because she feels like it's part of her duty as wife to provide kids to her partner. However, she definitely doesn't have an acute maternal or sexual instinct. So she's very not aware of the sexual part of her, and to get in touch with this, she will probably need an external push. So when she's in this relationship, the push of the partner will probably and hopefully lead her into this path where she's going to understand her sexuality better and start seeing it as something that is pleasurable for her and not only as a duty. Obviously, we do have many goddesses in us, so hopefully a Hera woman will also have other goddesses acting in her that will help her get in touch with this regardless of any external push. at some point, a Hera woman might go through a divorce or even lose her partner. This will correspond to her widow phase, which is extremely painful for a Hera woman because not only she loses her partner, she's also losing her role as a wife, which was everything to her. And on top of that, she can feel quite misplaced because most of her friends are actually her partner's friends, so she can look around and feel quite alone. She might fall into depression if she does not acknowledge her archetype and does not encourage other goddesses to help her grow past this. Nevertheless, the possibility that this archetype has to begin anew is incredible. Remember that I told you in the beginning that Hera, the goddess, was actually worshipped through phases. Phases that represented the woman's cycle, but not only that, but the seasons, right? And every year we live through every single season. Let's just forget global warming and how it's been messing up with our seasons. Let's focus on the theory. This means that every year, through every season, we have the possibility of connecting to the specific Hera archetype, the maiden or the fulfilled one or the widow. So a woman who is in a very bad relationship and she is aware of her archetype, she can use this to her favor. So she can emotionally widow herself, so she can go through a divorce in an easier way and therefore start her maiden season again. Hopefully, in this maiden season, she's going to look for a mate with new eyes and with a new perspective. So she's not going to just settle for the first person that proposes to her, but she's going to actually try to get to know this partner before she gets married, so she understands if this marriage is going to be successful to her or not. So basically, she can move through each phase psychologically and emotionally speaking to her own benefit. So let's have a quick recap of who Hera is. Hera is extremely loyal, faithful, and resilient when it comes to marriage. She sees marriage as something sacred. But she can also be very insecure, which can lead to jealousy and aggressive attitude towards others. She's emotionally dependent on her partner. However, she also has the ability to move through her archetypal phases so she can use this archetype in her favor. So did you identify at all with this goddess? If you did, stick around because on our next video we're going to share so many nice tips on how to grow beyond her archetype. I really hope you liked learning a little bit more about this super powerful goddess, and if you have any comments or any questions, drop them below and let's talk more about how these goddesses influence you in particular. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.